Alright, so it's about that time we have a talk about Rich Tech Robotics. I'm sure Rich Tech Robotics does not need any introductions. The stock is up over 100% in the past 3 months. I actually bought in here at 180 and I actually sold at about $4. But as you can see, we're on a 20% dip in the last week. And I think a big reason for that is because we were all hearing about the propaganda of the Nvidia conference. Let's be honest here, we all heard about it. And I think it was kind of a fairy tale. I haven't seen anything about that, and the stock has been dumping, so I'm assuming it didn't go through. If you know anything about the robotics sector, Rich Tech has not had any crazy breakthroughs. Their financials are still terrible. Robotics is still a very speculative sector, which is a very long-term sector as well. Like, they are still many, many years out. But I will say, through a lot of TikTok hype, Rich Tech had a crazy run up. Recently, Rich Tech Robotics has been facing some serious fraud allegations. I believe this is the screenshot that has really surfaced up these allegations. As you can see, it clearly looks like Rich Tech is rebranding from Chinese robotic companies. But let's be honest here, a lot of companies do stuff like this. Rich Tech is definitely not the only one, and I'm really not surprised. But let's bring up the Nvidia conference again. So a lot of the reason why Rich Tech was so easy to hype up is because they actually have a deal or partnership with Nvidia. And furthermore, the Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has actually complimented Rich Tech Robotics CEO. But no, I am not actively trying to poop on Rich Tech. They still have bullish news. Just recently, they announced an autonomous robot that was powered by Nvidia. And they also got a deal with the NHL. So no, I don't think Rich Tech Robotics is just gonna fall off the face of the earth. Again, I still believe in robotics. I don't think I said that, but I do like the robotics sector, and I do think in the future it will be huge. I invest in Tesla. Tesla is not just EV vehicles. They're heavily into robo-taxis and robotics. So I can still appreciate Rich Tech's run up, and I was in Rich Tech. I still do like Rich Tech. I think it is a decent long-term hold, but right now, guys, be ready for some turbulence or be ready just for a little bit of flatline, because the hype is pretty much over. Let's be real here. The Nvidia conference didn't go through. That was the big hype, and obviously all the TikTok hype was letting this thing run. I personally probably will not be buying this Rich Tech dip because there are plenty of other robotics companies that are just as worth it to invest in as Rich Tech, especially keeping in mind these fraud allegations, because this is not a good look, let's be honest. And some potential alternatives could be Serve Robotics. They make autonomous robots, and they actually just got a deal with DoorDash, which is absolutely huge. And another one that's definitely worth taking a look at is Symbiotic. They are up almost 200% in the last year, and this is probably one of the bigger robotics companies. But I am not telling you to sell all your Rich Tech Robotics. Again, I still think it's a decent long-term hold, and none of this is financial advice. Of course, do your own market research and due diligence. I make these videos for educational and entertainment purposes only. Also, drop me a follow because I post these videos every day for the free. And also,